Hello, my dear. I wanted to talk to you about my Reiki Level 2 mentorship program, just to make sure it is exactly what you're looking for. So, what is it? Why did I create it? So, I literally created the program I wish I had when I finished my Reiki Level 2. There were so many questions, so much uncertainty. I didn't feel confident in my skills. I didn't know what step one was. It was just a lot of information, a lot of unknown, and I didn't know how to get going. And when you don't know those things, your body's just going to be like, stop, nope, do not proceed. And I don't want you to have your Reiki Level 2 and not use it. You obviously got it for a reason, and you have this inner desire and purpose, and I want to make it easy for you. So, insert this beautiful mentorship program. Let me tell you what is included, just so you know whether that is exactly what you've been looking for. It's a 4-week mentorship program, and every single week there's a different topic that we're going to be focused on. I've recorded some tutorials for you to go through on your own time, and that's because there's hours worth of content, and I don't want you to have to sit there whenever I tell you to. I want you to choose when you go through your material. So for the week, there's exercises, there's meditations, there are reflective questions, and a whole bunch of other goodies included. You complete it whenever you're ready. And then at the end of the week, we get together and we chat. So as a group, we will come on a Zoom call and you can ask all the questions you would like. No question is silly. Anything that's come up for you, whether it's based on that topic or overall, ask anything you want. You have my undivided attention. And then we will have a group healing session where I will bless you with Reiki, and all of them are going to be based on specific topics that we're working on with very specific intentions, including some other modalities as well. So, what are the 4 weeks worth of topics? Let me tell you. Week 1, we will be talking about the wisdom of Reiki. So you might have all this information in your brain, you might have your manual, and you're like, okay, now what? I just make sure that I give you all the little tiny details and I connect all the dots so it all makes sense. I also talk to you about how to do in-person and virtual Reiki. I literally share with you exactly step by step what I do and what's worked for me, so you can see what I do and then you can create your own version of how you want to offer Reiki, or just use what I use if that is something that aligns with you. I go into a lot of detail in terms of how to prep yourself, how to prep your space, how to prep your client, what do you do afterwards, and those little details that nobody showed me / I learned the hard way. I want to make sure that you just have all the information so you can just share Reiki, because that is what you should be doing. I also go into some additional material. So how do you set intentions? Why is that important? How can you use crystals in your practice if that's something that you would like to add? And how do you make spaces sacred? And it is so important for you to have these skills as a healer for yourself as well as for your clients. So, and of course, oh my goodness, I forgot. We talk about the symbols. So a lot of people kind of know the symbols, but then they're like, how else can I use it? So I go into like even more detail on how I use the symbols and other ways to think outside of the box. Reiki is not just meant to be like, okay, I'm giving someone some Reiki, here you go. No. I want you to use these symbols all day, every day. Bless everything around you. Why would you not, if you have that beautiful power within you? Why not surround yourself with magic? Why not make everything flow with ease? Week 2. All right. If you don't practice self-care properly and you truly fill your cup and you are very aware of your energy and your energy levels, you're going to get burnt out. And I've done that a few times because my self-care was at the bottom of the priority list. And by the time I got everything else done, my work life, my personal life, my clients, all that, there's no more time left. And my love, if you don't take care of you and you don't acknowledge your healing and you fill your own cup, how are you supposed to show up for other people? What do you have left to give if your cup is empty? And like, if you don't know what your energy is like and what kind of energy you're giving out, what are you doing being an energy healer and energy worker? So let me show you how to take care of you first. And let's just drop the guilt and all that bull and how like, oh, I'm being selfish. No, you're not. You're allowing yourself to show up as your most empowered self. You are taking care of you so you can shine brighter. You're making sure you are the most aligned version of you so you can show up for your clients and lead by example. And that is so important. I wish I knew this in the beginning, because I would have saved myself a lot of heartache and a lot of suffering that was not needed. So let's make it easy. And that being said, have you ever really thought about if there's any energy leaks in your life? Is there anything that doesn't fill your cup and something that maybe you're doing every single day and you haven't even considered? Let's get clear on that and let's seal those energy leaks. So we talk so much about the energy that surrounds you. And even if there's people in your life that you have to interact with, but they just suck you dry of energy, how can you have that interaction so you can keep your energy safe? Given that you are a light worker, you're probably very sensitive and empathetic, and that is not something to be ashamed of or to be resentful towards. That is a gift. You're human and you're meant to feel. But that being said, you want to make sure that you're protecting your energy because it is so important. And I show you all the tips and tricks that I use. So whether it's protecting your energy, cleansing your energy, or whether it is protecting the energy and cleansing the energy of your space, I show you all of that. We talk about morning rituals because if you don't own your morning and you have a proper ritual, you're not going to have the most powered full day you could possibly have. And that being said, it doesn't need to be like I wake up at 5 a.m. and I chant for an hour. No, it could be 15 minutes of sitting on the ground breathing. So we will discuss what works for you. I will give you options so you can create a routine that works for you and your lifestyle. We also talk about inner child healing. We have all experienced things in our life when we were younger that we're still carrying on in our adult self. And these are going to be some limiting beliefs. These can show up as blockages. These can show up as things that we have trust issues surrounding, and these are ways that you're holding yourself back from being a more empowered and more abundant version of you. So let's sort that. Week 3, we talk about having clarity in your vision. You probably have an idea what you're working towards, given that you've gone your Reiki level 2. And it's like you have this goal, but you might not know how to put it into words, or you might not be able to fully visualize it. And now you're running towards this goal, but you don't actually know what your destination is. So you're kind of running around in a circle endlessly. I did that. So let's get clear on what you want to create. What kind of Reiki business do you want to have? Who are your clients? Who are you here to serve? And you can get super, super, super clear on what you want to create. I have some clients who are like, I don't deal with humans. I only deal with plants and animals. Beautiful. Then let's do that. Then don't waste your time and energy trying to heal humans if that's not your vibe. So we talk about that. We also talk about how to manifest and how to visualize properly. And perhaps you've been hitting a plateau or you're very inconsistent with your manifestations. Sometimes things show up right away and sometimes you're like, why is this not working? So we will talk about the energy of that and how to up-level your manifestation game so you can get all the things that you want and to do it with ease. We also talk about money because guess what? Money is energy, and you are an energy healer and worker, which means that you can bring in some more money with ease. So we will talk about all those things in your week 3. Week 4, we talk about the business aspect because even though this is a very intuitive, flowy, beautiful practice, you have to have structure. You have to know how to deal with money. You need to do your business taxes. You need to know how to organize your expenses. You need to have certain programs and structures in place for everything to flow easily for you. And this is something that people don't really teach you. And I know I had to learn the hard way for some of the things, and I signed up for more courses and I asked so many other people as to what they do, what works for them. Don't waste time on that. Let me just show you how to do it. I give you all the basics of how to get started, and I give you all that you need in order to know how to proceed forward. Because I know this part can feel a little bit overwhelming because not everyone has a business degree. I don't, but that doesn't mean you can't have an abundant, successful business and still make money doing it while sharing your light. So that is what we're going to be discussing. And we're also going to really get deep into how to run and sustain your Reiki business. It's not something that you want to do as a hobby per se. You might want to slowly turn this into your full-time gig because maybe what you're doing right now no longer aligns with your soul's purpose. So how can you do that? Because it's one thing to make a couple $100 extra a month. It's another thing if you're allowing your Reiki business to pay for your mortgage. Yeah, but to get from here to here, you need to have a little bit of structure, you need to have steps, and you have to have your goals and be very clear on your vision. So that is your 4 weeks. Now also, just so you have an idea how this will go down, all the videos will be given to you on a weekly basis. You go through it on your own time, whenever works for you. Then we have our weekly Q&A sessions and our healing session. And then in between all of that, you can ask me questions whenever you want. You get access to me for a month. And that's not something I offer any other way other than my mentorship programs, because I want you to succeed and I want you to do it with ease, and I want you to be able to share the light of Reiki with as many people as possible. So, is this something you've been looking for? Is this the missing link? Maybe it is. So, any other questions, you know where to find me. No questions silly, please reach out. If you feel the nudge, do it.